And good morning, people. Welcome back to Might and Magic 10 Legacy. Last time we rescued Falagar and got him out of Carfal. He is now somewhere in the crag. We haven't gone to see him, and well, we'll do that at some point. But I decided it was worth it to come and sort out our shards. We've done this Shard of Darkness, which has given us Whispering Shadows for a permanent basis, and now we're going for the Shard of Air, which is actually story essential. You cannot complete the story without actually doing this. We still have the light and the fire to find, but we'll get to them eventually. So since we're here, let's go and fight some air elementals. I am going to use that though. Completely forgot I had air ward. It's only 9 resistance, but that's 9%. Not a small chunk. We've got 2 normal air elementals here. I believe they're normal. They might be elites. Doesn't really matter. They do have chain lightning, so I'm going to make them come to me. They are elites. Fair enough. To be honest though, they are very, very simple. We've seen these out in the wilderness, I believe, before. I'm not really too worried. I'm going to put Celestial Armor up just so I can hurt them. And that... Can I actually please shatter their armor? Not that I need to, but... Yeah, Chain Lightning. Celestial Armor was gone in the first, 120s in the second. Yeah, Chain Lightning is probably one of the most damaging spells in the game. It's very, very powerful, especially if you've got a Grand Master of it. It's quite impressive. But let's kill that one and then work on the second one. Lightning Bolt, 108 for a single person. Yeah. Luckily, they are weak in the defensive side. Their elemental spells are very, very powerful, but when it comes to their defense against physical, you can win easily. There is a couple of light elementals over there, but we'll get to them when we've got the Shard of Light. So let's go and deal with this puzzle. All the elemental tests do require a puzzle except the earth. But this one is actually fairly bad. This is the second worst one, I feel. The darkness being the first, being the most silly. This one being quite up there as well. There are some panels on the floor. There's one there, one there, one there, and the one I've just stood on behind. They all move these in some way. Some move different ones, some move them up, some move them down. If you want to reset it, this one just here resets everything. This panel up the top here, the one that my cursor is next to, is our final destination. We just need to get there. Now, can I remember the way to do this? I think I've gone down too far. Yeah. Okay, so that one. That one. Yeah. This is a little bit of trial and error sort of thing. I think once more. Okay, and yeah. Okay, that's looking good. And once more. I think we're good. Because if any are in the wrong place, you will not be able to continue up the slope here. So there we go. And our convenient localized thunderstorm. You can be sure I'm resting and, well, putting up air ward and celestial armor, and I think that should be good enough, because as normal, say hello to Shellwind. You think yourselves heroes, but all you are is dust in the wind. Let's see if you can blow him away.
Greg, I need to hit something.
Well, there goes chain lightning. And there goes celestial armor. So, poison cloud, heal party, shoot, let him come towards me. Yes, he doesn't get poisoned, but I'd rather go to him come to me and waste a turn than I go to him and he gets a free turn of chain lightning, because I believe that's pretty much everything he does. He is weak to earth magic. It is his opposite element, so you can use that to your advantage. Oh, he actually used a lightning bolt, and that, it might just be me, but my sound's too loud. Okay, that sounds a bit better. Anyways, let's get back to this. He does have blocks, so let's remove them. And pretty much just continue what I'm normally doing. Sure. There goes celestial armor, and what did he do there? I'm not actually sure what he used. It might have just been a physical attack. Yeah, let's go with that. But really, he isn't hard. At the current state of my characters, Xiaowend is actually fairly easy. He has the same weaknesses as the earth, as the air elementals. He has a bunch of magical damage, but his defenses and his physical defense is very, very weak.
How can you defeat a raging tempest? You cannot. You can only withstand it. The raiders did just that, and gained Xiaowend's respect.
So, Xiaowend is defeated. Most entertaining. Understand why Yalef likes us. We are worthy of his blessing. You will discover your bodies have gained a lightness, your feet a nimbleness, that will allow you to climb surfaces that seemed impractical before. And there he goes. So we have been granted the blessing of Yalef. Guiding your steps on unsafe footing. There have been a number of little portal areas where we have been unable to go into because we needed the blessing of Yalef. There are two main cliffed areas. We can now go there. So very, very helpful to have this, and actually essential. Maximum health of 5. That can go... I was sure actually behind everyone quite a bit with health. But Shayla is the one I'm giving it to. Looks like the storm's calmed down a little bit in here, doesn't it? But if we move over here, there's another way. Pretty much every single block came up. We cannot go down this way anymore. The puzzle is no longer available. Luckily, if we go through here, we go up even more. So I think the area is down there somewhere, and we get to our treasures. Bunch of loot.
Ancestors made this strong.
Hour of Power. This is a primordial spell. So it's a bit surprising that we would get this instead of an air spell. But Might, Magic, Perception and Destiny all increased by 8 for 12 turns. Fairly good. It is one of the better buffing spells for stats, because it does multiple. Sure, the ones that do individual do increase it for more for about the same amount of time, but this one does all of them. And of course we get our resistance, which is going to Shayla.
Yes.
And this will just put us outside. There is nothing more we can do in there. As you can see, all the platforms are still raised. If we wanted to go back in, we will be placed back here. So that's done. So now I'm out of shards for the moment. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go and offload all of these items because most of them I won't need. Most of them, at least the top ones here, will be greens, while these ones I'll have a look and see what is useful. Check the shops for weapons again because I still need them, and I think we're going to go to the the Tower of Enigma next. I also need food. But I'll meet you just outside the Tower of Enigma, show you what I've found from these items, what I'm keeping. Well, I'll meet you at the shop just to show you what the items are. Some of them might be interesting. And then we'll go to the Tower of Enigma. Okay, I've just identified everything. I have not looked at it yet. Let's see what we've got. So starting with the items I got from the Elemental Forge. The top ones here are the ones I got from the Darkness, and the ones below from the Wind. So the Darkness. Dark Resistance Ring. Dark Resistance Ring. That's, to be honest, expected. You don't usually get anything else out of that. Deals 10 dark damage to attacker for each successful melee attack. Okay, do I have anything that's useful? To be honest, that's better than having paralysis protection, I feel. So let's go with that. And plus 4 levels to the dark skill. I have no one who does dark magic, so not really that helpful. Silk Robe of Dark feedback, so deals dark damage to the attacker for each successful attack. Speaking, was that dark feedback? Yeah, so you need to be hit for that to happen. Okay. Archmage's Orb of Molasses Breath, so on a successful attack, all enemies in the group are dealt 13 damage. To be honest, right now, Shayla, you have a pretty terrible weapon. So let's just change that up. Trident of Agony. This has a chance to inflict agony. Agony is actually a fairly decent spell. It's a dark spell, so you can be sure that it's a bit odd, but when they are dealt with by when the enemy is inflicted with agony, they take additional damage every time they are every time they take physical damage. It would synergize very well with my setup with having a lot of physical attack power. Unfortunately, it's dark magic, so I can't exactly use it. And the other issue with agony, although it's useful, it is a manipulation of body. So bosses cannot be affected by it. Same with undead. Undead cannot be inflicted with agony. What else do we have for the wind stuff this time? Air resistance, no surprise there. 4 levels of the air magic skill. I do have Shayla with air magic, but I prefer to have anything that deals with light magic on her. So yeah, she won't be getting that. 100% protection against feeble-minded though. You have a feeble-minded ring. You have dagger skill. You have magical sleep. Iris, you are getting that. I actually needed something like that for someone, so Iris, congratulations. She loses the resistance against dark magic, but I'm okay with that. Dwarven Flame Spear of Yellow's Breath. Pretty much, I just need a better spear anyway, so congratulations, Ray. You finally got a better spear. I've had that spear for way too long. On successful attack, all enemies in the group of the target are dealt 26 damage air. So when I do a damage on one enemy, everything around it takes 26. That is including the target I hit as well. So it's quite a bit of extra damage. Dwarven horn, unicorn horn bow of stunned. I can't really use the bow because it's expert in bow, and I'm not going to be really improving my bow skills, so no point. And a repeater crossbow, which is an expert in crossbow, so pretty much the same thing. So these are just two of the same for, well, different range professions. Now our blues. Stormy Trident and Dagger of Yellow's Breath. As much as the might is going to be a bit of a... I'm going to be losing the 5 might. I believe I'm going to be using this dagger. It's extra. It's additional damage to the for air from 17 instead of 7. More damage normally, and I have the successful attack. I'll be hitting everyone for additional air damage. So I think I will be getting a damage increase out of it. So let's go with that. Silk Robe of Mobility. I'm using medium armor, so not really that helpful. 4 levels to the axe skill though. Okay. Losing the 2 of fire magic, but I believe you've got some fire. No, apparently you don't have any fire stuff. That's fine. So additional damage for her axes. Yeah, I'll take that. And... oh yes. Shayla, congratulations on your crown, which is likely never going to be taken off. 6 resistance to all magic skills and 4 to the light magic skill. I currently don't have anything that ups your light magic, do I? No. So normally it's 135 for celestial armor. Now it's 144. Not a very large increase, but definitely welcome. So, a few decent things here. I've got a orb for Shayla, a amulet for Iris, I've got a spear for Ray, and a dagger for Tina, and a hat for Shayla. Things are coming along, but I still want to go and have a look around the shops, see if there's anything interesting. So yeah, I'll be back at the Tower of Enigma. See you soon. So the Tower of Enigma. I've done my rounds, had a look in the shops and see what I could get. And I did get a couple of things. No weapons still, but they have had a slight upgrade except for Iris, which I really need to do something about at some point. But I did pick up a couple of items. Firstly, this Earth Warden Imperial Helm for the Spearman. It was only a couple of thousand, so I thought, sure. And Ray definitely needed a new helmet. So, a little bit of earth resistance, 2 levels to this spear skill. So that will increase my damage very slightly. And the other item, Arcane Warding Griffin Ring of the Light Magic Scholar. I've been needing a ring for her. She's got a shield necklace and this feeble-minded protection. This 8 health, let's swap that out for this light magic. It is only +4, the max you can get is +5. But that's perfectly fine. And Celestial Armor was 144, it's now 153. So, and that's for 7 turns. Not too bad. Everything else has gone up as well, so heal has been improved, heal party has been improved. Do a little bit more damage with Radiant Weapon, although it's not really my main source. And Light Ward is now 17 resistance. Cleansing Light and Light Orb is 85 turns now. Wow. Cleansing Light and Resurrection don't get increased by points. It's mostly heal, Radiant Weapon, heal party, Light Ward. But that's them done. Can anyone actually use this 8 health? You've got 24, you've got 14. You are not going to use it in the slightest. So, selling that later. So into the Tower of Enigma. This place is different. Unlike every other dungeon we've been into, apart from Mystic Crypts, this enemy is completely devoid of enemies. There is not a single thing to fight in this area. This tower is... This tower is has a few quirks in it. 0. And we should see very soon the result of our Blessing of Manasseh. Yeah, no Whispering Shadows. We can now see these permanently. So magic. There we go. And the trick of this tower. There's not a single enemy. However, every chest has a riddle. Well, most chests have a riddle. It is the Tower of Enigma, after all. While I don't walk, swim, or fly, before I fade, I still wonder. I shed tears, even if I don't cry. But what am I that I wonder? I believe it's clouds.
That won't work.
No? Cloud? There we go. Not the plural, just cloud. So, yeah, money and a couple of unidentified items. So yeah, this is the issue with this place. There are a couple of others, which we'll get to very soon. 4. And a bit of a larger room. Enter the code. We only have 2 pieces of it. It's a 4-digit code. Even the book is surrounded by a riddle. What three letters make a man or a boy? Age. And Knight of the Destroyer, a part of the Forbidden Saga. And yet another one. Perception. I actually have no idea who's highest, so Ray. Who actually has the highest perception at the moment? Tina by 1. And who has the highest might? And that is also Tina. Okay. What does man love more than life? Hate more than death or mortal strife? That which contented men desire? The poor have, the rich require. The miser spends, the spendthrift saves. And all men carry to their graves nothing. So, a few more items.
This looks powerful.
And another clue to our code. 5.
Ancient ruins full of treasures and untouched for 5 centuries. What is that? My radar sense is tingling.
And might. For Tina. Okay. And... oh, there it is. I am known to both young and old. Some cower from me, others I make bold. But I'm not one you mock or taunt, for your every step I haunt. Death. So, just continuing around the exit. This first floor has very little on, just secret rooms, riddles, and this code to go up. 1. So 0, 4, 5, 1. Or it could be 1, 5, 4, 0. Thing about it though is most riddles like this, you think of it as a clock face. First one is here, and you go clockwise. So 0, 4, 5. Sorry, 0, 5, 4, 1. I hope I got that round the right way. Not like it really does anything if you don't get it, but there you go. And now we have access to level 2. Again, no enemies at all in this entire building. Doesn't mean you should not be prepared though. And this area has absolutely nothing in it. Okay.
Huh? What is that?
It's a secret door. Magical barrier. Strangely enough, no riddle, but some items. Sure.
Yeah. Ancestors made this strong.
I think that's one, possibly the only chest that doesn't have a riddle on it. Ah, this puzzle. This puzzle, your job is to light up every single panel. When you step on one, the ones to the left and right, and the one in front of you, well, when you step on one, the ones adjacent to it either turn on or turn off. So if I step on the middle one now, you'll notice that the ones adjacent have been lit up. Generally, I am very bad at this type of puzzle, and it usually takes me a bit of flailing around to actually get it to work. So here's to flailing around. Um, you can reset it by just going back to the block there. Okay. Oh, okay. Like I said, I usually am flailing around and just randomly got it. Luckily, once you've done it, you do not have to ever do it again. So yeah, good for that. So yeah, this puzzle is simple in concept, but it's one that you might be here sitting, just walking around randomly on. This next one, well, let's show you what happens when you go on the wrong tile. Ready, set.
No! It can't be!
Yeah, there. This room has lots and lots of traps. If you go on the wrong tile, you will trigger one of those traps and you will likely die. There is a way of knowing which ones have traps, which ones do not. I believe. And it's to do with the pattern on the floor. Look at the pattern that we've got here. So we've got black, white at the top and white, black at the bottom. The one that I just stepped on has white, black and then black, white. So the opposite of this. We match the pattern up, we're safe. just like this one, black, white, white, black. The one ahead is not safe, if I remember correctly. And the one over there technically is safe, I believe. Yeah. And the one ahead also should be safe. But then we get to a dead end because the one ahead is not safe and the one to the left is not safe. That's your way of discerning the route. The real route is to sort of hug the wall, but not quite as much as go into the corners. Because that one over there is not safe. And there we are. Pretty much every single lit up panel on the map here is safe. Every one that is dark is not. But that's the way of discerning your route through this. It's the pattern on the floor tiles. So black, white, white, black. With top to bottom, top and bottom. That's all you need to know. Of course, you could always go trial and error and just step on every single panel just to see if it works or not. But I prefer the way I did it there. The other fun thing is those traps are always there. Every time you will have to go through this, you have to go in that pattern. Otherwise, you will trigger them. Okay. Yeah. Say hello to the teleporter. You will never reach. You probably saw the secret door, but yeah, at this very moment in time, you will not reach this teleporter, as it will always be out of reach. Instead, we press that, which suddenly turns on. I believe this actually does something to the teleporter, but you still can't actually reach it. There is also another one here, so that's been pressed. But again, you still cannot reach. Okay, maybe you can. I didn't realise that was a thing. Okay, so I thought that because, well, let's open this. Okay, you failed. Oh, and this is just to a chest. So, okay, so why was I thinking there was a lever in here that you had to press? Apparently not. So all you have to do is turn both of them on, and then you can actually get to the teleporter. Anyways, let's do this riddle. I have a head, I have a tail, but I haven't got a body. What am I? A coin, I believe. So, a bit more stuff.
This looks powerful.
To actually get to this, because you can just still follow it round, is to actually follow it exactly. So it was on this part, go here, and it just stops here. Or you could just go to the center and it'll always be in front of you. That's once you've got it available. Takes you to here and you have access to the third floor. Third floor is the last floor. This is the very top of the Tower of Enigma. It isn't that long. Dark blue, that's magic.
Yes!
Yeah, the Tower of Enigma is not really that long. It's just got a few tricks up its sleeve. So let's have a look around. Interact. Strong or weak, they all soon learn that I dwell within the hearts of men. In darkness I rule, but retreat from light. I don't need hands to grasp you tight. Fear. And the hidden scrolls. Hidden scrolls are a key item. Could they be the mythical Kamla Asiri spell? Hard to say. They are written in some sort of code. These scrolls are part of a quest, a promotion quest, one for a character type I do not have. This is the item for the promotion from Free Mage to Archmage. My human is a Crusader, so I'm safe with just answering that and not worrying. But if you're looking for a Free Mage to be upgraded to Archmage, you come and get these. You can get the quest first, or you can come and collect the scrolls first. Either way works. So, what else is in here?
Seen something.
There's this, which has an item which... This one isn't locked, I believe. Yeah. You get a flute. Small flute carved in a sheep's bone. Nothing really to it, just a flute. But it does allow you access later to a lower floor of a dungeon.
Something here.
Magical barrier, Shayla. And another chest. Who has a hat but no head? A foot but no shoe? If I remember correctly, this one is mushroom. And a bunch of stuff. So, despite there being no enemies and no real threats, this place has a lot of good things. It's got the promotion to the Archmage. It's got a number of nice items that could be useful for your characters. What else does it have? Well, has Nur, a Jinn, who is the Grand Master Trainer for Prime Magic. She, if you are looking to gain the best spells in Prime, is the person to come and see. I will not be using her because I can't. But Yeah, if you're looking for Prime Magic Grandmaster, here she is. Anything else in this area? I believe there is. Unidentified relic. This relic is, I believe, a magical focus relic. No, this relic has a block on it. So once you level it up, there is +1 general blocks. When you are using a caster, you don't usually find many items which will increase your blocks. Having this relic gives you one, which isn't too bad. Again, I won't be using relics, I won't be using staffs anyway, because Shayla is using just a normal magical focus. But if you want it, there's this. I believe it also, when you hit the enemy, it has a chance of inflicting sleep. So there is that part as well.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought there was another secret door around here somewhere. Astronomical notes. So, another book for your collection if you want it. I do believe that is it though. I don't think there's anything else in this area at all. Yeah, because that's the window, so there won't be anything on that side. This is a tower. I've already gone in there. So yeah, that's the Tower of Enigma done.
So tired.
So some very nice things. We've collected a relic. There's the Prime Grandmaster here. There's scrolls for the promotion to Archmage, and some items. Definitely a good haul. And now what I need to do is just get through this room again. Funny story about this room. I went up one. I think it was my first playthrough. Might have been my second, and me just forgetting about it. But I got everything on the next floor, came down, and sort of promptly died on the square in front of this square in front of me because I just kept pressing forward. Yeah, that was embarrassing. But again, this room, these traps are always here. They will never be disarmed. The only reason I would have to come back here right now, though, is really Prime Grandmaster. I've picked up pretty much everything else. And since I won't be getting that, the Tower of Enigma really has no more use to me. So we might as well just leave, go and check the items that we've just picked up. And then we need to figure out where we're going next. There are a whole lot of things to do. We're supposed to go back to speak to John Morgan and continue on with the game, but that seems way too convenient. So we might go and do a few additional dungeons. Maybe some of the caves or some of the outlying areas I haven't gone to yet. So first up, let's go back to Carfowl. Let's go check these items, and I think I'll make a decision between now and the next part, because something needs to happen. Can't just stop in mid playthrough. We have to actually win the game.
Men in shadow, looking at orc like sheep cattle. That's new. Don't like it.
So trade. Anything interesting here? Nothing any better. Okay, identify all this and see what we got. Yeah, the Staff of the Liar. Yeah, has one block, inflicts sleep. That's about it. But won't be using it. Already know that's going to be disappearing prime magic skill, so if you want it, it's there. Perception, not really that great for a ring for me. Fire Warding Sentinel's Shield of Chills. I'd rather have the evade value than the chill percentage. Magical weakness. Do I have anything? Anyone that's not using any decent boots? I'd rather have the mana. Another ring of the prime skill. Oh no, that was a headband. This one's a ring. So another thing I can't use. Novice of the bow skill. Okay. I can actually use that. It is an improvement. Possibility of doing Mana Surge. Okay. Sure. And well, that's just a flat out improvement. Heavy armor does have more armor value. Do I want protection against curses or knockout? I think I want it against knockout. +6 magic on some medium armor? No. And 2 levels of the sorry, 4 levels of the two-handed skill. Do I want might or two-handed? Might just gives me additional damage. Two-handed increases the attack value by 1. What's your attack value? 139. To be honest, your attack value is fine. You're actually on a par with everyone else, so, and it's being reduced by your armor, so to be perfectly honest, the two-handed skill isn't really that helpful. The resistance is very nice, but yeah, and she's the only one that would use it, so just going to sell it. But next time I will have figured out where I'm going. I believe we're going to go into some of the outline areas. We've got water we can walk on now. We've got some mysterious caves that we need to go and see. We've got some areas where I haven't been yet, which we can go and see. And we've got a whole cliff face, which we can now go to because of the blessing of Yalaf, that we can go and see. Oh, I've waited a week. Okay, I can go and speak to Mizuki as well. Yeah, because we've got to find some obelisks. Got to find some more Forbidden Saga episodes. And we still have the Curse of Volos as well. So we've got the that place to go into. Yeah, so there's still quite a bit to do before I want to speak to John Morgan. Plus, I need to go and check the shops again because it has been a couple of days. I do believe the shops are dependent on what day of the week it is for their items, and if I can find the day that gives me the item I want, I am going to be very happy for later on. I am looking for a specific type of weapon again, but when I find it, I find it. Anyways, next time, exploring some strange areas, I suppose. Till then, have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. Goodbye.